Hello guys, Garcia here. Welcome back to the Camarilla Edition Reborn. Alright guys, so we're back. So just finished the museum. So first of all, before we go to Hollywood, we need to go back home to save good old Heather here. So I think this is finally the place in the game in which we can actually get the final dialogue here. At least that's how we got it in the last episode. Oh, in the last episode. In the last playthrough, sorry. Alright, so let's do it. So it's going to be interesting dealing with the systems of the Camarilla Edition here in Hollywood. Oh yeah, I need to actually raise my firearm skill before I go there because of the Romero quest. I forgot to do that, I think in the last playthrough. So I didn't raise firearms here. So I'm going to raise firearms by 1 with 1 point, and then I'm going to train 1 point. Wait, do I have the money? Yes. And I'm going to get the 3rd point from Romero. So I explained this before, but this is the older system of giving you points for dialogue and stuff. And Romero, usually in the Clan Quest mod, for example, I'm pretty sure you can go there with 3 in firearms and he's going to give you point number 4 too. But in this version, I'm pretty sure that I can only have 2 here because he only gives me the 3rd point. And since we do not have the book, we'll have to raise the rest of the firearms skill by ourselves here basically. Not skill. Oh yeah, skill. There you go. I was one of the other 3. 2. Obviously. Alright, so we have the Romero quest. Let me think if there's something new in Hollywood. I'm trying to remember. Other than obviously the Camarilla system here. Okay, stolen artifact. I know nothing about that.
Oh, you're back.
Alright. Thank you.
I'm just glad you're pleased.
Alright, so I have food.
I'm so happy to see you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just have to send the guy home first. Or maybe feed on the guy first, and then I'm gonna get the dialogue, right? So let me try feeding on... Not feeding. Let me do the skill thing first. Alright, emails. Clicked on the queue there for no reason. Okay, Gambit. Oh yeah, I forgot about this quest. I'm glad I came here to get it. Not to get it, but to, you know. Alright, let me see if just talking to the guy does anything. Where is she?
I'm so happy to see you.
No, so I guess I either need to send him home or feed on him. Okay, so skills. Firearms. 2. Oh, 23. That would be a lot of firearms. That would be like an antediluvian level of firearms. Okay. Alright, so that should be enough. So let me take the hit first and then feed here. See, so now I'm not taking that much damage anymore with these like lower ones. My god. I think that's the closest call I've ever had. Which is crazy considering that I did this like probably thousands of times at this point. Okay, so let's see.
I'm so happy to see you.
Alright, I fed on him but let him live. Get him out as long as the trance is lasting.
I promise it'll be done by the time you get back.
Thank you. There you go.
It's you.
It wasn't me. It could be one of a number of people who want me deader.
Want you dead?
Okay, so Heather promised me to stay indoors until this is over.
I will.
There you go. So, Heather saved. We fed. And I also trained firearms, so yeah, we got the quest too. So we did a bunch of things in a row here. So in the last episode we also did the Larry quest, right? So We obviously did Grout's Mansion and the museum for us to be able to go to Hollywood. So I'm not sure if there's anything left for me to do here. Oh, Pisha, I need to give her the item from the museum, right? The statue, fetish, here. Alright, what else? So we already used 13 to 18 of the 45, yeah. In my last playthrough I didn't use even like half of this, to be honest, of the 45 here. It was not necessary. So, college personality, sure. So yeah, you don't have anything here. We already checked this. Okay. So let me just deliver the item to Pisha here. Alright. Here. I don't think it's like enough time has like elapsed for me to get money from Venus, so I'm not going to here. Okay. I was thinking, I follow a lot of like scientific channels from like different people. I love like astrophysics and just space talk in general, but I like other sciences too. So I watch some like biologists and some like anthropologists and things of that nature. I just enjoy that type of content, you know. And everything is so political for the English speakers now, for many reasons. I'm going to continue this later. Here's the item.
Yes.
Great. So, because of that, everything being so political, and I noticed that every single scientific person that I follow, doesn't matter what person it is, from like which field, like every single field that you can imagine, like an immunologist, Jesus, that's rough to say, chemist, a physicist, or doesn't matter who it is, or for what reason do I watch them, if they like debunk pseudoscience, or if they talk about space, or if they talk about evolution and things of that nature. It really doesn't matter, because everybody had to shift because of the political climate. So, because of that, it got me thinking, if Bloodlines 2 like gets delayed more and more and more, like it takes like a few more years to get completed, for example,
Ain't seen you
odds are
Isaac's in
there will be a lot of politics in the game. And when I say politics, I'm not talking about Camarilla, Sabat, the politicking from like the night, so to speak. I'm talking about the actual politics. And you can say that there's a connection there, like the communist jokes that you can make about Denzel and the Annex, for example. But at the end of the day, there's so little of like real world politics in Vampire, because the politics in the World of Darkness works completely differently. The priorities are not the same, you know, the mechanisms are not the same, the amount of members of the population is not the same, and so on and so on and so on. It's a completely different like structural or a process of a completely different structure, you know.
Always. Yeah.
Come on.
I'm glad.
So the reason why I'm saying this is I think politics, like real world politics in this game, would actively hurt this game. I don't think it would improve it at all. And I'm not one of those people that like is afraid of talking about politics at all, or like I don't care and so on. But I also think that you should keep certain things in certain this one is not that different. But there's no reason to expect like the crazy clothing that the Malkavians and the Nosferatu use in this game. So yeah, I think in certain situations, for example, for the most part, in gaming, for example, you should just leave that stuff out, leave that stuff out, And I'm not talking about social issues. Everybody nowadays talks about social issues like gay rights and trans and all that stuff. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about actual factual politics, like how the political system works and capitalism and things of that nature.
More. Oh, what? Hello.
Hello.
Me.
Me.
I'm not sure. How so? You know, yes.
There you go. So my fear is that Bloodlines 2 becomes political, you know? They put like a couple of characters that are annoying as hell for any side. Either the guy's like too cartoonishly conservative, or it's like a copy and paste, like rainbow flag wearing, you know, person, you know, just an annoying, like lecturing character. I'm 100% sure that probably is going to happen with more than one character. That's going to be very, very annoying.
Good evening, Neo.
You tell me. I'm looking for the Nosferatu.
So, you've come...
Yeah.
Perhaps. Tell me
Alright,
what
tape.
I want. Won't me
Sure.
go to the ground. Excellent.
Well, thank you. So I have no problem with like politics in the World of Darkness. It's actually one of the most fascinating aspects of it. But real world politics, just leave it out, you know. For this particular franchise, for this particular game and style of game, makes perfect sense. Alright, come on.
Oh my gosh,
Who are you?
it's me.
Steak.
Come on.
Some kind of scam. Mind stepping out of the way.
Yeah,
There you go.
sorry. My mistake.
So for Vampire, it makes total sense, because why the hell would vampires care about real world politics? Only in very extreme cases they would care. Like, for example, we have the War Games mod, right? The tape, I need to go here first. Yeah. So in the War Games mod, makes sense that the vampires would care about the World War, because that changes everything for everybody. Doesn't matter if you're a creature of the night or not. But nowadays, like, which vampire would care, like, who's the president or something like that? Is completely irrelevant, unless that has a connection with one of the factions. So I don't know how is the political balance
I don't think so.
in the 5th edition, right? Vampires in the 5th or the 4th edition, maybe the 5th. But it has a completely different name, right? So I don't know what's changed for the most part, but I'm pretty sure that is mostly business as usual, right? So the vampires keep to themselves and the werewolves keep to themselves and so on, but they have like enough contact with with basically humanity, but not enough to like care all that much, you know what I mean? So that's my biggest fear, that like it becomes, the humans become too important in the game, or what the human society is doing, and they just shouldn't care. Just doesn't make sense to me. And that's coming from a guy that loves the Toreador clan, which is the closest one to a human being that a vampire could ever be, you know, or like a member of the vampiric society living in human society. And even me, I think that they shouldn't go too deep into that at all.
Yeah. Tape? All right. Every place. I don't have it.
Ginger swans.
What the? Oh Christ!
Another interesting thing about gaming, I don't know if you guys game a lot. A lot of people comment on the videos here, and people that only play Bloodlines or certain specific games, but they're not like gamers, which is fine. And so I don't know how you guys perceive like the industry, but everything that comes out obviously comes with a delay. So to this day, there's a lot of, for example, NFT games coming out, the quote-unquote scam games, right? And then you're like, oh my god, the NFTs already fell into the dark hole of history, so why the hell there are still people producing these games? It's because these games have been in production for like 3, 4, maybe 5 years, you know? So that's why they're coming out now. the studios cannot just shelve them because they. Oh, I need to check the PC.
Ginger Swan. Swan. That depends. You believe in an afterlife?
Okay, so I forgot I needed to go to the the cafe. So let's go there. That's a dialogue that I haven't seen in a long time because I usually go straight to the cafe here. So because of that, every single game that is produced is released on a delay. So because of the delay, people think, oh my god, how they are still doing this game or that game? Like for example, Dragon Age Veilguard that had like non-binary characters and stuff was released recently, like in the last year. And people were like, oh man, how they are still doing that when all of these projects failed and so on because of this and that. When in reality, the thing has been in production for probably like a decade, you know? So it's not like something that happened yesterday. So people don't have like don't understand that timing is important in terms of like analyzing. Is this? Yeah. So they need to come here apparently. So in terms of like analyzing what types of discourse is in a game, because the game was made in a point in time, and so it's like a snapshot, right? So a lot of people complain about, especially nowadays, the whole complaint is about DEI, right? Like diversity, equity, and inclusion, I think. It's basically women's rights and representation and all that stuff. I don't care about it at all. I don't care if you put whatever type of person in your game. I just want a good game. I don't care if it's like a gay, trans, I don't give a shit. It's irrelevant to me. But for a lot of people, apparently it is important, you know. So people fight with each other a lot online about that. And projects like fall or are successful because of it. So because of that whole discourse, a lot of games either are deliberately created with the express purpose of carrying the flag of DEI, and a lot of games are created with the express purpose of shitting on that flag. So it became like a political game instead of like a gaming developing like ecosystem, and that's terrible because what I want is to play good games, you know. Leave the politics out of it. I don't care. And if you want to use it, at least be put it in like an interesting way. Put it to good use during the story. You know what I mean? So I don't care a whole lot. So all of that to come back to Bloodlines 2. So because of that whole climate, because of how things are today, because of the timing of the development of Bloodlines 2 that has been in development for many years now, it is possible that either the game will come out with a mentality that precedes what I'm talking about, or he might be like smack that like right center in the discussion. So he might be way too politically charged with like human things, which as I said, I don't care about at all in these types of games.
Well there, sugar. Who else? Name's wrong. See, it's Dilly figured out. Shoot. Who knows? You're telling. I love. Hey, I'll be back. No. Fantastic.
Alright. Hopefully he'll give me the third point because I hope my theory is correct. Okay. Alright, let's go. So yeah, I know that was a long discussion there, but I need to like set up at least some sort of context to explain why I'm kind of apprehensive for good old Bloodlines 2 there. Because not only it would make the game annoying if any type of politics from any side is like too heavy in it, but it would also not make sense because, as I said, why the vampires would care what like social climate is being like the norm in a society they live, unless that's affecting them directly, because that's how vampires are. They are usually very pragmatic, right? If we need to change something in human society to make our life easier, or our lives easier, we'll just go there, do it, and then leave them alone because we don't care, you know? Just like good old Jack says, right? Would you care about cows, or do you care about cows? Do you think about them constantly? No? Are they just food? You know what I mean? So that's the thing. So another random thing that happened today, my brother came by here, so we talked for like a few hours. We always got along great, really. But I went to the university, I stayed for like 5 years there, then I came back, and then it was his time to go too, so we kind of missed each other for like 5 years. 5 plus 5, 10 years basically. So then I came back, then he went, and then he came back, so we kind of didn't connect during all that time. So I talked about this before. He is a gay gentleman, and he likes K-pop and all that's most like the Asian pop, not only from Korea, but mostly from Korea, which has exploded in the last like 6-7 years. I go to anime conventions and stuff, and there's always like a K-pop stand, and like there's a karaoke with K-pop music playing and all that stuff. There's always like stickers and like posters that you can buy, and CDs and all that stuff. So it really like spread all over the world. So because he likes that type of stuff, and also he was very conscious of those like gender and like sexuality discussions and stuff. Most people that are LGBT and all the other letters, most people that are from the alphabet people, that as they are sometimes called, in a negative light, but I'm using here just to not have to remember all the letters, because I don't remember the letters, to be honest. So he's very conscious of that, so I thought he would be like, mostly when he's like watching something or like reading something, he would be on those themes. But I found out today that he's actually exactly like me. He likes to watch like biologists and anthropologists and physicists and people talking about space, people talking about medicine, people talking about history and technology and things of that nature. So we had a very long conversation about a bunch of guys that we watch on YouTube, and he also speaks English. He speaks English way better than I do. He works for a dating app that its the home base of the dating app, I shit you not, is Ukraine. So he works for this Ukrainian app, and the language of the app is English. So he deals with that like every single day too. So his English is way better than mine. He's 6 years younger than me. So yeah, we talked the entire afternoon about scientific things that we like and people that we follow and stuff. It was very interesting because I never thought that he would be interested in this type of stuff. The only thing that we always had that connected in terms of like tastes was horror movies. We love horror. So we always talk about like the new movies that are coming out and franchises that are like picking back, like they are getting picked up by like this studio or that studio. They will do a new trilogy, there will be a remake, and so on, so on. Or we just sit down and watch a movie, a horror movie, and so on. So I was never going to like expect that he liked sciencey topics too, just like I do. But turns out he does. That's very good. We spent the entire afternoon talking about like pseudoscience, like a bunch of like science deniers, like flat earthers or like young Earth creationists and people like that, and anti-vaxxers and so on, and people that we watch that debunk those guys and what are the arguments that they use for the most part, and so on and so on. It's a very interesting and enlightening conversation. But good to know that he went in that route too, putting his English to very good use, you know what I mean? Alright, so exactly 5 minutes. There you go, I came up with something to talk about during the quest.
Figures they'd come out while I was gone.
No need, really, bro.
Very nice. Whole town was...
What you got? Teach me how to use a firearm. Let's see
When
if
you
it worked.
fire, keep your eyes on the target even after.
Sure.
Would you?
Worked. There you go. So there you go, guys. Confirmed in Camarilla Edition Reborn. You can, in fact, get the 3rd point here. But don't come here with 3 because I'm pretty sure you are not going to get the 4th point here. Alright. So let's go back and do the 2nd quest here for good old Romero here. So today I didn't even need to think, what am I going to talk about during the 5 minutes of the Romero quest? I didn't need to think about anything else because I already had something, you know? Okay.
That's that whole bloodsucker. Won't come. Sometime. Really?
You will? Great. Oh. Let me check if there's some new item here. I didn't check this in my last playthrough. Let's see. It'll be funny if there's an artifact here and I didn't see it for some reason. Okay. That's one of the problems with some of the mods for Bloodlines, especially the ones that add a bunch of items to like the hubs, for example, like the ground, or like the corners of the map, or like behind a car or something like that. Is that sometimes your brain does not go there, so you don't think, oh, maybe I should look here, or maybe I should look for an item there. So because most of them also needed to have like a bunch of inspection to actually see the items too. Like Final Night, for example, I think has that system. Then
Hey.
here.
Okay. I don't.
So because of that, even if you find where the item could be, you don't see the item. So, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys about this, but since we are here, we need to talk about this. So this mod has a problem with this hub. So this is not just my computer slowing down here. See, if you look in this direction, everything slows down a lot. So here's normal. See? Normal. So this is one of the bugs that I found with this mod. So it's less of a bug and more like a hurdle, more like of a hoop that we need to go through here. Because there's nothing that I can do to fix it. So the longer we play here in the Hollywood hub, the worse this slowdown is going to be in the middle of the hub. And it's usually only in the middle, specifically. It's a very specific situation that we need to deal with here, you know?
Hey. Sure. Huh? Oh.
Alright. So we did the pimping. Okay, so oh yeah, we can already get the gargoyle quest, but I don't have enough persuasion. I'm going to wait for 12. I'm pretty sure 7 is the cutoff. I'm not going to put more points in rhetoric for now. I'm going to wait for the I can't because it's after the Giovanni mansion, right? Yeah, the Society of Leopold is after the mansion. Wait. Yeah. So I have to put a point here eventually. But I'm going to put a point in charisma here. We could like just wait and get the Pearl of Dubai we can only get after the Shimisi, right? But in this mod we also need to finish the Warriors to get the Pearl. It's only after the Warrens. I don't think I want to wait that long. I'm just going to put a point in charisma and get this done. It's not like an extra point in charisma is going to be bad anyway. You know? I think I can fit on this guy. Oh, the lady's moving. Let's just move a little bit. Okay.
Lovely evening.
Oh yeah, but you got more lovely. Alright, I don't care about criminal violation. I only care about masquerade violation. I have stealth, sneaking 5. Oh yeah, I'm using the armor. I'm going to switch here just to get extra sneaking. I don't know if that this guy counts. Probably. Yeah, he does. But they'll never come here, so it's okay. Alright. Oh, Jesus. The guy just changed course real quick there. I need to enter somewhere to reset the guards. I'm just going to enter the Vesuvius here just to do that. I'm not going to do V right now, but that sounded awful, I'm sorry. Oh my god, English. Yeah, I'm not going to do her quest right now. Okay. I think that resets the guards, hopefully, in this mod. Hey. Yeah, we're good. The guy's walking around with the thing. That's crazy. Okay, so we did the Romero quests. We have the tape. I'm just going to get the Gargoyle quest. We already did the quests in the cafe. We already went to the red spot. So we have Ash Rivers, we have V, and we have the Gargoyle, right? That's basically it. And then we can already go to the Lucky Star here. Hollywood is easily the simplest of all the hubs. It's very straightforward, you know? Has some weird quests, like talking to the Gargoyle or like the cemetery quest and so on. But at the end of the day, it's the simplest one, I think. Okay.
You still don't have it, do you? I didn't doubt you. This tape. I'm in a hurry to find out what's
doubting
behind
my
all the hype, so get
tape finding skills here.
I do have a feeling that whatever's
What an
here
old
may
man.
be of use to both of us.
There you go. She's dead again.
It's more disturbing than I would. It just so. I assume it. Behind this.
Okay.
Any luck? Certainly. There is something.
Okay.
It's taken up. It's a walk.
Okay. So we still have 9, so we cannot do the Gargoyle yet. So I'm pretty sure I need at least 7. That's the base cutoff, I think, in the vanilla game too. It's either 7 or 8, but I think it's 7. So that means that I need to find 3 more points here. So I can go and talk to Strauss, but I can complete this one here and get 1 extra point for the PC. And yeah, as you can see, the slowdown is brutal when you look in this direction. Like, right here is okay if I do this. See? Just a tiny bit to the left. It's just like a specific spot in the center here. If you do this, then it's okay. So I don't know what causes it, but I've read online and other people had this problem too, so it's not like something that happens only to me. I could do the Ash quest here. Is there anything that I could like speed run here? Smut Battlers. I could just do the V quest already too, right? There's nothing stopping me from doing them earlier. So let's go. Just go and talk to V here. I already have one of the quests for Flynn anyway. Might as well just do it already. I just don't like doing stuff out of order. You know why I have 9 and not 12 here? It's because I put that manipulation point, you guys remember? Those 4 XP points here that I spent were supposed to be here now for me to put on Charisma. See how that makes a difference if you put an extra point in something that you don't usually put?
Oh.
Oh.
I think you'd be...
Alright. Okay, so the first one is Chastity, right? The Huntress.
Isn't this bad? Oh, the reason I asked you... Think nothing. I'm Velvet. Velour. It's
Alright,
been
Velvet,
months since
okay.
I'm like... Hunter. For a few... Would you... You'd react. She works... I want you to...
Okay. Alright. So we already have the 2 quests here. The Moon's Mysterious Mistress. We talked a little bit about vampire movies here. Not like Vampire the Masquerade, but vampire movies because of Nosferatu. He watched it and he liked it a lot and so on. What, you know what's the main problem with trying to adapt Vampire the Masquerade or trying to do a good vampire movie in general? I'm going to tell you guys, but let's talk to him first.
Hey, Hot Pants.
Hot Pants, yeah.
The name's... The Sin Bin. Man, we... Yeah. Hollywood.
Sorry. Just click there.
What?
Chastity.
Alright.
Sure.
Yeah.
Death Mask.
Those... Real. Alright. The kind... Real... A tape. Look. Forget. And then all you... Hey, wait.
There you go. Okay, so the main reason why it's problematic to adapt vampires is because there's no consistent tone. There's no direction that you could go to that would be like, alright, if you're going to do a vampire movie, this is the vampire movie you do. The only time in history where vampire movies had a clear direction was during the Dracula days, of like Bela Lugosi and the people like that. Like the old school like monsters from Universal. So that's the only period in time in which vampires had a clear direction. Later on, they became like all over the place. So you have a vampire movie that comes out that is all about horror, and the vampire is like almost like a sort of beast or monster. And then, wait, let me get the money first here. Let me open this. It's already open. Let me open this first. So then comes out a movie that is just a comedy with vampires, like what we did in The Shadows, for example. And then comes out one that's basically a drama that happens to involve people that are vampires. And then there comes another one like an X-Men or something that has like a character, like Rogue, which is like essentially a vampire but in a different angle, and so on and so on and so on. So as you can see, the main problem with adapting Vampire the Masquerade or vampires in general is that there's no consistent tone to it. So you could shoot in every direction you could possibly want. Alright, so I need 6, but I have the password, right? Like Dirty Dog, I think. I cannot put points in computer right now, so there's nothing I can do about it. Yeah. I think it's Dirty Dog. We just read the thing. I just clicked on the page there. Oh, sorry, that's not what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to do this first, right? So Dirty Dog. There you go. It's very rare that I need to rely on the passwords in game, but it's not always that I have hacking to begin with. So yeah, trying to adapt a vampire into anything, just make a vampire anything, like a vampire horror movie, a vampire comedy, a vampire anything, has a 50-50 chance always of like being good or being a complete disaster. There's no in between. There's no like, okay, vampire movies. There's like either the really good ones, the classic ones, or awful ones, you know. So you never feel indifferent towards them, you know? It's a very difficult type of being or creature to adapt. Alright, so I need to wait for her to stop dancing and come down the stairs there. Champagne. Password Sinner, sure. So I could totally see a situation in which you have a... Is he going away or going back? He's going away. Okay. There she is.
Yeah. Okay, to
Pleasure Palace.
alright.
Okay. I had to pay here. I don't have enough persuasion right now, I don't think, for her either. That's annoying. The 1 XP point off. Alright, let me use potence here. Wait. Alright. Cool.
Hey, stop right there!
Regular Tyson here. Okay. So one of the main reasons why Bloodlines specifically would be difficult to adapt, because it would be the age-old question: what would you do? Would you go with like a Camarilla, like regular, quote-unquote regular vampire? Would you go with the Sabbat, like show a more brutal take? Would you go with a person that starts as a regular person, then gets embraced, like in Prelude, for example? So what would you do? You know, it is not as easy as it seems. Because if you go too political, and like a lot of people talking with each other in like dimly lit rooms, that would be detrimental. And a lot of people would end up thinking like the show is boring as hell, and the show would not survive. If you go the brutal routes, then a lot of people that love the politicking of Vampire the Masquerade would hate the show. Because they would be like, oh, it's like the final quest of the Bloodlines game. It's just like people fighting each other all the time. You know, it's just like those Twilight movies. The later ones.
Look who's
Velvet.
couldn't stay.
She's dead? Okay.
Yeah.
Poor Heather.
Poor.
Okay.
David had... It was a... Yes. The details. Death. No! I don't think Hatter knows. It's not.
Good point.
David works at the...
Okay, lead to me.
After this.
Sure. There you go. So yeah, that's why you imagine... My god, there's so many like niche stories and TV shows and series and stuff that get made with like the wackiest of premises and so on. Why has no one has ever touched the vampire, either like the World of Darkness or Vampire the Masquerade or Werewolf the Apocalypse, or even like the Changelings and stuff? And the reason, as I said, is very simple. It's just like, what do you do with it? It's very, very difficult to make it work. You'd have to be like a master storyteller, like a Tarantino level guy, to be able to make it work really.
The moon. The lucky star.
Okay, so that was that. So I already have one of the quests in Santa Monica, so I can go to the Lucky Star. But I want to do the gargoyle right now, so let's do this, like this. The good thing is that we don't need to talk to Heather anymore, so we only need to go back home to get to check the emails.
Hop in.
So maybe I could just go to Santa Monica instead. Oh, I need to go downtown this time around because I need to talk to Strauss about the gargoyle, right? All right. So don't take me as saying all this stuff as like someone that would not like to see a vampire show. I think at this point I proved that I really like this type of stuff at this point. So that's not what I'm saying at all, but the odds of it working or being a good show or being a show that would, like, by catering to the fanatics or like the real big fans of the World of Darkness, it would make the show like an instant success, is like a trap that all fandoms fall into. They always think that if you follow A, B, C, and D, that other things that they love that are on the same world were made with, like the checklist, you know. If you follow the checklist, everything would be great. You could very well check the follow the checklist, and it could be a disaster, you know.
Hello, Neon. Of course.
Gargoyles.
Gargoyle. What can I... A garg... Yes. Well... Yes. Yes. Unfortunately. Isaac Abrams. His disrespect for the Camarilla. I appreciate... Here.
There you go.
With much...
There you go. I like this dialogue a lot because it's the only time in the entire game that he actually changes the cadence of his speech. Because obviously it involves him directly. And as I said in another playthrough, he uses the fact that he's a Tremere and they are very tight and so on in the Camarilla. He uses that as a shield to justify his reasoning for like helping me to defeat the Gargoyle and also asking me for secrecy, you know. When in reality the biggest one that would like take a loss there would be him in the situation. But that's what politicians do, basically. And all elder members of any faction in this game are politicians in their core, or at their core, you know. Okay. Hunters. Not following me, okay. I forgot this guy was there, but I don't think any new hunters will spawn here, so it should be okay. So then the question would be, so what would I do if I had the choice to adapt anything? I'm going to be honest, I would not touch Bloodlines at all. I don't think it's a good idea. I would love to see it, but I doubt it would work as it stands, you know, especially nowadays. So what I would do, I would actually adapt Night Road instead. So if you guys don't know, and I doubt any of you don't know about this at this point, but I'm going to like follow this reasoning here. There's a text game on Steam called Night Road from Choice of Games. I think that's the name of the people that develop these types of games. Which is basically a developer that only creates basically text-based games. So basically like almost like choose your own adventure type of games, but you have more agency in them for the most part.
I'm so happy.
And they don't have a whole lot of images and stuff, so it's mostly text. And some follow the Vampire the Masquerade rules, others don't. When I say Vampire the Masquerade, I mean the storyteller system. There you go. Do I want to train something here? Everything is at 3. I could raise hacking. I'm going to put the 8 points here, actually. Yeah, there you go. I'm going to hold on to the cash for now, I think. I could get like a 4 or something. Maybe I could go for Brawl 4, maybe Dodge 4. Security is actually 6 and Stealth 6 because I'm using the armor here. Maybe I should just go for computer, to be honest. But there's also the quest for, what's the name of the guy? Bertram. I actually don't know what to do here. I'm gonna go for Brawl then, I think. Okay. No, that's not what I'm supposed to do. Talents. Brawl. 4. That's very expensive. I need to feed.
I'm so happy to.
Need your blood. There you go. So as you can see, I just trained the 4th point and I still have blood left. So we improved a lot from where we started. So as I said, this is mainly an early game problem. When we start transitioning to the mid game, you are not going to have the same problem with the blood points. So why Night Road and not Bloodlines? First of all, Night Road is way more of a personal story of a character. The courier that works for like an elder. I forgot in which city. I think it's like Phoenix, Arizona, or like somewhere like that. Been a couple of years since I played it. I don't retain that type of information, you guys know by now. I can't even find my way in many places in this game, and I played it like 100 times. My memory doesn't work like that. But yeah. First of all, it's a very personal story. Second of all, because you see the story by his optics, so you basically you are following him. So because of that, it's a way easier story to tell. Because you don't need to, like, for example, you are embraced, then you are barely embraced, and then you already are sent to the court, and then you get saved by a bunch of people that are presented in the first episode that are like the Anarchs and Nines, and V's there too, and Strauss is there, and so on and so on and so on. And in the same first episode, you try to put the tutorial from Bloodlines in a screen, and then you let him explain to like the K-Knights, the factions, not the factions, but the beasts and how to feed, and the clans, and the politics from LA in this case, and so on and so on. That would be a very difficult first episode to go with. And basically the logic of the show is, because it's like a kind of a baseline show, you have to explain everything about the World of Darkness. So if the show had only like episodes that were like 30 minutes long, it would not be viable. There would not be enough time on the episode to tell the story and talk about baseline World of Darkness stuff. Oh, the princes, the primogen, the clans, the powers of each clan, and so on and so on and so on. It would be way too professorial of a show, you know? So it just wouldn't work. That way you have to change a lot of it. But because Night Road is not that type of story, Night Road does not explain everything in the beginning. You are already in when stuff starts happening, you know?
Going somewhere.
So because of that, I think it would be a better material to straight up just adapt, you know? And Night Road is slightly different than Vampire the Masquerade, if I'm not mistaken. So as you can see, it's getting worse by the second year. So I do think Night Road, because it's more of a personal story, it's less about like the entire World of Darkness, that you are a new person that is embraced and has to learn about all of that, and the audience has to learn about it too, and so on. Even still, even if you made it like super simple and you kinda gave it just a Cliff Notes version of the World of Darkness in the first few episodes, you would still have to lose a lot of time to tell that story. And with Night Road, you just don't need to. You can just spoon feed the world little by little during the process of the guy being the courier and stuff, you know? So I think Night Road would be a better option to adapt. Talk. Isaac Abrams. Camarilla Falls. Here. Let's premiere.
Yes. Yes.
There you go. Worked. Okay, so it was really 7. So there you go. So I'm also giving you guys the Cliff Notes version of why I think Night would be better. But I could just make an entire video just explaining why. Because it's a lot of factors. Now, as I said, again, if you ask me, would you like to see Bloodlines as a show, or as like a movie, or a series of movies and so on? Absolutely. More than anything else in the world that I would like to see adapted. Do I think that would work nowadays? Probably not. Oh, come on, bro. I don't know if the guy's stuck. I think I'll just have to feed on him to move him. We have 2 musics playing at the same time. Just push the guy. Alright, go, that's enough. Alright, that sounds very cursed. No way. You too? Oh my god. These are the Bloodlines fans that are mad that I said that it wouldn't work. You know? When I say it wouldn't work, odds are it wouldn't work, but maybe if you give it like to like a Guillermo del Toro or someone like that, maybe they could make it work.
Any luck?
Yes.
A gargoyle.
There you go.
LaCroix's chosen his agents well, I won't deny that. But in time...
Yes. That's another dialogue line I usually don't listen to because I usually don't pick that option there. I'm always trying to be friends with everybody, you know what I mean? Alright, so the double music got fixed here. Good. Alright, so let's deliver the quest to good old Strauss here. So, here, nothing. Here, pretty bad. So because I'm doing stuff out of order here, I should remember to do the Ash quest too.
Where to?
I usually do the Ash quest before the Vesuvius. But since I needed the XP points, I did it differently this time around. There's a plane flying overhead here. Okay. What? Really? Oh, he was on this side. I forgot about that. Oh man. It's going to be annoying for the rest of the game. I need to kill this guy. Hello.
Hello, Neo. Of course. You did. And your effort.
Thank you. Alright, so we got the... I forgot the name of this thing. Fey Charm, I think? Right? Yep. Okay, so with this... So we have Lockpicking 7, Sneaking 7, Hacking 6, Research 7, Persuasion 7. So Hacking 6, but we still have the quest for the CD. I'm pretty sure it's available in this mod too. So we are kind of okay here. We only need 1 more brawl point. We're basically set here. Obviously I could put points in strength, but I don't want to spend points on that right now because potency is more than enough. And in the late game against the final bosses, I'm going to use firearms anyway. So it really, maybe perception would be better here. So yeah, that's it guys. So sorry about the being like very talkative today. But you know me, when I start talking about something, I need to talk 20 minutes about it, so it is what it is. Alright, so we almost finished Hollywood here. So we had to like change the order of a few quests, so that's why I'm checking a lot my quest log here. So I'm pretty sure we still have the Ash quest. We already got all the quests for the... Did I pick up the phone? Yeah, I did. So we already have all the quests for the... What's the name of the place? Jesus. The Lucky Star, right? So Ash, Lucky Star, the gargoyle is done. So what else am I missing here? Am I missing something? I'm not sure. Well, hopefully I'll remember it by the next episode. So that's it guys. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.